Let's begin this journey on Group M, Chinese person versus Ling. Ling sounds like a pretty Chinese name, honestly. So, China versus China? Who knows? Alright, so it looks like the Chinese name person is running Japanese, and Ling is running Ottomans. So we got an Ottoman versus Japan. That's kind of a fun one, you know? I don't think I've seen that matchup a whole lot, so it's going to be a little bit unpredictable for me. Because here's the thing. If the Ottoman decides to go early game, double barracks gen, they're going to be dealing with Ashigarus. But if they go fast fortress route, that could be an interesting challenge for Japan. So I'm kind of interested in seeing how both sides sort of deal with this dilemma, right? So it looks like the Ottoman is doing everything they have to, getting a trading post down, getting a mosque down, also picking up a nice 25 wood treasure there. Very good. The Japan got a coyote there, so that's pretty good. A coyote. Ottoman's picking up a nice 30 food treasure too there, so that's good. Basically, the reason why you got a trading post in the mosque as Ottomans is because both of them generate a ton of XP, and the biggest way that the Ottomans win matchups like this is by sending tons of reliable unit cards. The big Janissary cards, the Abbas one, the Falconet one, the Mamluk, the Safai one. So Ottomans are very good when you give them a ton of cards to rush their enemies with in a huge motion. That's where they do their best at. Whereas, oh, interesting. So we got a Japan going the Portuguese route. Yeah, that's very fascinating because we don't often see this. So instead of going for like a normal age-up build, sometimes what you can do is Japan. You can actually get a consulate down and ally it to the Portuguese, right? And the reason you do that is because going Portuguese alliance cheapens all of your buildings as Japan. And that includes wonders, actually. So your wonder in Age 1 will go from a cost of 800 food to a cost of 680 food. So you save about 120 food on it. Pretty nice, right? Not only that, it'll also cheapen your shrines as Japan. So it makes your shrine boom very easy. So you can go build shrine, build shrine, build shrine, like that. Not only that, I see that Japan has also picked up the Heavenly Kami. So the Heavenly Kami does two things. It cheapens the cost of your shrines by a big amount, and it also improves the trickle that shrines do. So it's basically mega greedy economy card that leads to some very good resource acquisitions from the shrines. And of course with shrines, as you know, you can configure what resource they get. You can put it on food, wood, or gold, which is pretty nice, you know what I mean? So if you don't want any food, you got excess food, put it on coin, so you can do Ashigarus. If you want to do Yumis, put it on wood. It's quite nice. Also picking up the 30 food treasure there. Should be able to afford the wonder now. I'm wondering if he's going to go for a Teshugu shrine. Let me see. He's got the vills prepared. Ooh, wow, look at this. Teshugu shrine. That's a very rare sight to see in Definitive Edition, but it's a very common sight in Legacy. So the Teshugu shrine is basically like a big giant shrine, right? So it acts exactly like a shrine would. It attracts animals, and it improves the trickle rate that this big giant building will do, right? And its main power is all the nearby shrines close to the Teshugu will actually get a boost to their gather rate, so they'll do an even more improved trickle rate themselves, which is nice. And also, just like a regular shrine, this big wonder here also supports population. It actually supports about 20 population to be exact. So it basically makes it so you don't get housed that easily, which is super cool. Going typically Portuguese consulate into Teshugu shrine is considered a very old school build with Japan that really grows your economy very quick. And that what you'll typically do is you'll do one of two things. You'll either stay with the Portuguese alliance and use your export to make bistieros, so crossbowmen to support your Ashigarus, or you can optionally hop off and go to either Dutch to pick up some of their buildings, or go right to Japanese isolationism and get some of their good troops. You sort of have a multiple set of options there. Ah, so the Japan is also going to go for a monastery and setting up a wall between the consulate and the monastery. What an interesting build this is by the Japan. Yeah. I wonder if Japan's setting up something really special. What has he got for a deck? He's got Atonement? So is he going to make Yoimbos? Huh. Interesting. He might be going for Yoimbos, honestly. That's a little strange. And then also going for Renegados. You might need Atonement to do that, because Atonement actually allows your Outlaws to cost less pop space. It makes them much more feasible. Yeah, unfortunately, the Ottoman did go double barracks Janissary right in the middle of them. Oh, there you go. Double barracks, he went single barracks Janissary. Yeah, so he's going for just a regular Janissary rush, it looks like. Thankfully, though, Japan is doing Renegados, so those Outlaws should help out quite a bit. He's queued in about... looks like 3 of them. Very nice. Alright, so these Renegados are taking out the Janissaries for right now, yeah. Taking them out one by one, very good. Basically, Renegados do about 40 damage to any sort of musketeer unit like the Jans per shot, so quite a bit of damage there, as you can see. And they have a bit of a better rate of fire too than like a normal gunpowder unit. They have a rate of fire of about 2, so they shoot a little bit faster, which is definitely helpful. Look at what he's brought in. He's brought in coin, he's brought in wood. Now he's going to be shipping in Yumi archers. Yep. I don't know who's winning right now. It seems like hypothetic. Oh, watch out for the Villies. Watch the Villies, man. You want to lose them. Alright, yeah, I feel like if these Renegados can stay alive here, he might be able to just win with these. Yeah. Oh, wow, interesting. So the Japan canceled out the Yumis and going with the Ashigaras. I think that's a pretty responsible move, because here's the thing. Ottomans are most definitely going to have like a Delhi shipment if they're going for early aggression like this, right? Yep, he did actually send it out, so kind of good that he's going to get some cavalry there, yeah. Unfortunately, though, because he didn't get that one first, he lost all that time, and he's still going to be sitting here waiting for that shipment to arrive, yeah. I don't think that Japan can do much right now, though. He's kind of sitting in his base with nothing at this stage. Except for the Ashigaras, which should be arriving now. There they are. This is a weird battle, because this seems very unorthodox for both civs. Right, because typically when you set up Ottomans, you're going to go for like a double barracks rush, not a single barracks rush. It's a little bit underwhelming to go single barracks. Yeah, these two might be very low-level players. Who knows? Yeah, same thing with the Japan. Going for a Portuguese consulate and Toshugu Shrine setup is definitely very powerful and sort of like an old-school way to play Japan, but the way he's going about is very odd. Instead of going for the barracks, which you would traditionally do, he went for Outlaws. Very weird idea, you know? I can't say for certain that it's good. I think it's honestly a pretty risky move to typically go with, because here's the thing. If you run into that situation where they have like a cavalry shipment, you can lose those Outlaws very easily, and then you're reeling for a while there. But he's going to keep trying, though. He's going to get about 3, 4 Renegados, and then he's going to have a couple of Yumi archers in, too, to help fight the Janissaries. Quite good. So let's see what the Renegados are doing there. Nice. Backs up. Takes out another Janissary. Very good. Beautiful. Good, those Yumi archers get the work. Yeah, very nice.
See? ¿Qué me ordena? Voy a hacerlo.
Alright, here comes the 7 Bistieros now. That's going to be even more skirmishers there. If I was the Ottomans, I would add, whoa. Whoa, wait a second now. Wait a second. How many villas is he on? So he didn't get Galata Tower District and he didn't prepare. That's kind of a blunder, honestly, because here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. You gotta pay attention to your population build limit. You have to pay attention to your build limit on the Uruk, because once you're closing in on like 25, right? Once you're like 23 or 24 Uruk, you gotta pick up Galata Tower District from your mosque to get the build limit up to 45. That's a big blunder on the Ahmed's part, so he should have been on top of that. He should have done a lot of things right there. So he did have a stable, but unfortunately, because he wasn't watching his economy, it sort of stunted, and he wasn't able to afford cavalry, because doing a couple of delis here to charge these outlaws and the Bicieros would have been good GG. But because he didn't do that, he wasn't able to maintain the pressure that Ottomans normally should be able to do pretty easily. Yeah, no. I feel like that was a bit of a blunder there on his part. Just saying.